Hello, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. This is Raquel Palmisi. Good to be with you all. Hi, Sakura. Hello, everybody that will come online with me today and in the future to check out this download. It's good to be with you. It's been quite a week for me, maybe for you too. People are really having some interesting times right now. A lot of things that have been brewing emotionally for a long time are coming to a head for lots of us. I think as we emerge from the cocooning of the past year and entering into this year with all the hopes and desires for a reopening of our lives. We're not quite ready for all that yet, but we're getting there. And a hope for a turning around of a horrible pandemic and all of the emotional toll and, of course, physical toll that it's taken over this last year. So here we are emerging into a new year. And I know a year is just kind of a demarcation of a certain kind, but it is a demarcation that we have been choosing to live by and align with for hundreds and hundreds of years. So here we are in a new year, 2021. We're well into it. It occurred to me in my writing that this is the year of love. I'm thinking, well, I'd like to see a lot more love in the collective, and I'm seeing it actually coming from the bottom up through a lot of beautiful things that are happening on the planet at this point as we go through this healing process. And may we keep going through this healing process. One of the big things that I get asked a lot, especially as people are going through some very, very difficult life, emotional, spiritual processes of transition, of realignment, of trying to make something happen in their lives, something that they feel has been missing, something that feels not quite in alignment. I always feel sometimes like there's something I can't quite grasp that doesn't feel comfortable to me about my life itself. And yeah, I'm working on my relationships, I'm working on my work, I'm working on myself, and yet something keeps feeling missing or lacking. And these feelings of missing or lack, I'm smiling because I just noticed Paramatsa Yogananda over my shoulder, and all this love just welled up in me. And I know him at some level, although I've never been part of his foundations or his work, and yet we are very close. I see him when I open my eyes every morning. So thank you for being here. And so it's funny that he would come in like this as I'm talking about misalignment, because a lot of this misalignment that we feel is because we haven't found a way to really fully surrender to our lives. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean being okay with everything all the time, because things are not okay all the time. But being in alignment with the general flow of our lives, of not thinking that our life has been a big mistake or that we're just on the wrong track. Not feeling that I'm supposed to be right over here, but I'm here. Or I'm supposed to be over here, but I don't know how to get there. And I don't even know what that is. I don't even understand what is calling me. What I'm supposed to even be thinking about here. What am I supposed to know in all this? So we kind of stay with what we're used to. We kind of stay with what we know, or we'll jump out into something and find ourselves feeling really wobbly and not understanding where it is we're going. I just knew I needed a change, so I did this thing. I got a divorce. I left my job. So all this boils down to one of the biggest questions that I ever have gotten asked is, how do I listen? How do I actually seek guidance from my higher self, from God, from Spirit? How do I actually listen? And this is the biggest quandary. I don't care how long people have been doing work on all these different levels, spiritual, emotional, all kinds of work. I don't care how long they've been doing it, it doesn't matter. That question of, gosh, I wish I could listen, I wish I could hear guidance. And then there's other people that hear guidance all the time. They feel like they're always connected. Oh, Spirit just told me to go brush my teeth. So there's that. And of course, you have really misalignments in there. You have people that will say, Spirit just told me to do something really bad, to go, burn down a school. That voice that they think is coming from spiritual realms can hook up with a psychosis and tell us all kinds of things. And we see that very prevalent in our country right now, with people burning down buildings and rioting and everything else in the name of God. And how long has that actually been going on? Crusades, insurrections, mayhem, and murder in the name of Spirit, in the name of God, the name of Jesus Christ. So how on earth or in heaven do I actually, first of all, try to listen? Second of all, know what I'm listening to. Am I listening to my ego? Am I listening to voices that my patterns, my emotional damage are generating through my mind, masquerading as Spirit? How do I find the voice? How do I even know what to ask? I'm seeking guidance. I don't even know what I need guidance for. This is the conundrum of human life here. That we are separated from Spirit in very elemental ways, and that, I believe, is by design, so that we learn how to reach, and in that stretching or releasing, we come to receive our own spirit self. We come to integrate our higher self with our human self. We come to open to recognizing who we are on this spiritual and human level, and that takes a lot of work. We try to listen through our ego needs. We try to say, okay, Spirit, God, Holy Father, Mother, tell me is this the right job for me? Does this guy or this woman really like me? Are they the right ones for me? Who am I? We handle often our relationship with Spirit like a question and answer period, where we are demanding to know. We are demanding our answers. we're feeling we deserve it. We're feeling sometimes desperate for guidance, for a universal mind to come to our rescue. And none of that really, hardly ever gets us a true connection with guidance. We can connect with something that feels like guidance. Sometimes it sounds pretty divine. Our patterns, our emotional stories are shapeshifters. They're very good at disguise. But often it is just our egos talking to us, coming through old emotional patterning. So what is true guidance? How do we find it? How do we find it? So come with me on this journey right now. Feel your heart softening. Feel your need for answers, letting go. Truly, it is not an answer that you're looking for. It's not. It feels like you're looking for an answer. But what you're really looking for, what all of us are really looking for, is inspiration. If we are inspired, we already know our answers. If we are living in a field of receiving, if we are living in a field of energy of light, we know our answers. And if we don't know them, like in words, we are able to go into communication with our hearts and our gut and our beingness and find the truth of anything. So how do we get to that enlightened and inspired place? How do we just know? Well, you can ask that beautiful being behind my shoulder, and perhaps he is speaking through me today. Kind of feel that way. To be in that inspired and enlightened place, first, we need to surrender. And what does that mean? First, we need to surrender all of our ego needs to have it come to us in a certain way. Okay, I want to know if this is the right person or the wrong person. It's easy. Just tell me, right or wrong, yes or no. And those demands usually don't give us anything but more questions. But if we were looking, for example, at a relationship, and we're wondering if this is the right person for us to think about getting serious with, the first thing that we want to do is we want to let go of all of our emotional and ego needs. Yeah, but he is the best looking guy. I've always wanted a guy that looks like that. Oh, he's got a good job. Boy, I haven't had a guy with a good job in a long time. And all of these perceived needs that we think we have. He doesn't want children. I do. There's a million questions we come up with expecting to get answers from some voice out there in the sky. Not happening. Not really. But in the process of softening our hearts, like right now, think of something that you would like to ask of a divine intelligence that's waiting to come to you. Soften your heart. Let go of what you think you need to know. Just let go of it. You are seen, you are known, you are recognized more than you think. There are spirit beings that are with you every moment of your life, just waiting for a chance to be recognized by you, for you to open to the existence of something bigger than yourself. So as you soften your heart, as you let go of your need to know certain specifics, but this thing that you're wondering about, whether it's a person or a job or another question about life, put that deep in your heart. Feel your heart open to the possibility of communication with an intelligence that is trying to reach you, and with a heart of the divine that is waiting to envelop you and grow your own heart to a place where it actually opens to more than what you think you need. Surrender is letting go of what you think you need and receiving what you truly need. And in order to receive that, you really have to ask the right question. And that question is, how do I find my love? How do I open my heart? How do I let go of all that is blocking my ability to just be in love with life and with spirit? How do I find my way to you, Great Spirit? This picture of Paramahansa Yogananda, as I understand it, was taken just a few hours maybe before he let go of this life. I didn't know I'd be talking about him today, but I feel him so strongly. If you can see him, look at the peace in his eyes. He would write love letters, love poems, love chants to God. He was in love with spirit. He experienced a love so great that it allowed him to overcome so much of his own personal resistance, to stay with us here in America and bring the ancient wisdom, teachings, his medicine, the medicine of his lineage, to this country and start an entire new consciousness here. He would have loved to go back to his ashram in India. He would have loved that. He kept asking, can I go now? Can I go now? And he kept hearing, no, you must stay. You must stay. So he let go of what he thought he needed. And he surrendered his will. And all around him flourished and flowered in the most magnificent of ways. And a new consciousness came to this land. If you are connected with his church or not, doesn't matter. But you can feel it. You can feel it coming through me right now. if you allow your heart to soften. Surrender really is about not asking the question of what do I want? How do I get what I want? But how do I align with what I need? And then how do I open to it? How do I open my heart? Please, Great Spirit, God, Divine Mother, all the many names that we have for the divine, the way to listen and to get guidance is to open your heart to receive it, and then open it again, then again, and every time releasing what you think you want and offering to receive guidance that is true to what you actually need. And that, my friends, is how to listen to guidance. And may you experience it, and may you always be able to access your heart of hearts. That is my prayer for you for today. Be well, my friends. Happy Year of Love 2021. See you next week.